Shinji, crank that, soldier boy.
Soldier boy, tough.
You like that, soldier boy? Crank that? Mad funny. I had to throw that into this video because, number one, Shinji's just clickbait in general. All my Evangelion fans, drop a comment below. Hey guys, today we have another video. And it's just, if you're lacking motivation, click on this video. I'm 27 years old. My name is the Walmart Type Bar. I post a lot of content here often. And this is just one of those random videos because I'm lacking ideas myself. So this one's for y'all in your 20s who are lacking motivation and seek other people in your same age group. So I'm here to help you out. Number one, people around you are going to be pieces of shit. And that's just life, bro. That's life. People around you in your 20s are either focused on partying, smoking and drinking, and then the weekends they decide to do all these things too, and then they just focus on school and they don't even focus on you. You're set apart if you're watching this video today because it shows that you're lacking motivation. But I'm telling you that this path, you got to take it alone. You know, I spent most of my time trying to take in new opportunities by myself, no matter what it was, and I was striving to become a mechanic. So I took jobs at Advanced Auto Parts, small moms and pop shops, and then eventually ended up at a dealership. And I had to do that all by myself, and with God too, but I'll mention that in a later note. And you just got to take it alone, bro. This is the path that you decided to take in your 20s. You don't need friends at this time because you don't have the wisdom to maintain friendships. That comes later in your 30s, I truly believe that. Now, will old friends come back? Yeah, for sure they will come back. That's part of life. Stuff comes and stuff goes. So you have to understand that letting go is fine. And it's just what it is. Number two, you're meant to fail in your 20s. You're supposed to be making these mistakes. It's normal. People overwhelm me with the idea that go harder, you can do it. No, you're supposed to fail in your 20s. This is what it is. If I tried painting for the first time right now a wall, do you think I'm going to be good at painting? No, most definitely not. I've never painted ever in my life. Well, maybe once, but I'm not going to be good at it, unlike a professional painter that comes in and does cool designs and stuff, because I'm not good at painting. So making mistakes is fine. It is what makes you unique. In your 20s, you have to cultivate your own identity within yourself. You have to figure out, do you like painting? Do you like being a cashier at McDonald's? Do you like being a mechanic on Monroe Muffler? Do you like being a real estate agent, apprentice, or whatever it is? You're supposed to mess up. It is fine. So don't be discouraged. Keep on pushing forward in the area that you want to be a light bulb in and be an idea in. Start a YouTube channel. Start a blog. Start a podcast. Nobody cares. People are going to watch you. Most probably not, but keep posting. You're showing an effort, showing consistency. Number three, faith. If you're showing consistency and you're showing that you love this thing, God will flourish it. So, am I mentioning going online and talk about weed and drugs and stuff like that? No, God's not going to flourish that. But if it's something that's going to be furthering His kingdom and encouraging the people around Him in the church circle, for other Christians, then why wouldn't God want to flourish that, you know? God would want to flourish something that's going to benefit you and further His kingdom. That's the thing about God, is that He always is planning on furthering His kingdom, and He came for the poor. So if you're encouraging the people that are poor in spirit, poor financially, poor emotionally, you know, God will flourish those things. So that's why I started doing the motivational content, even though I don't feel like it, but I still want to talk about it because I know that people hurt every day. And that never stops. People will continue to hurt, and it's normal in life. Number four is hurt. You will be constantly disappointed in this life in your 20s because in your early teenage years, you were constantly in this high of life is good, you know. I'm out on a weekend. I'm doing whatever I want to do. Life is just amazing. You're in this high of joy. But in your 20s now, you have to witness these things. And you're just kind of shocked. You're like, whoa, like what happened to life? And the reality is that is life. You know, you have to wake up, pay a bill. You have to wake up, try to find purpose in your life. You got to wake up and go to work, you know. And the drive that kicked it for me was waking up and going to work. And it wasn't to say that I was lazy or hated work or anything like that. I just hated work that had no purpose. I hate clocking into a job and saying to myself, well, time to go mop that floor again. Well, time to drop those burgers again in the fryer. No, I hated that. I truly, truly disliked that. It was eating my soul, eating my creativity down to the core. But life is hard. That's just the part of the whole process if you want to get anything that's worthy to be obtained. So that's why you have to be here consistently and dropping a video. You have to constantly seek out your friends, say hey, check in on them, because life's hard. People aren't going to check in on you. And you do this by setting your own fire up within yourself, having your own drive that tells you, hey, I want something better. I want something meaningful. What the heck can I do? What can I do? I need to think outside the box. And you go after your job and you start looking things, how to program a computer, how to disassemble a computer if you don't know, how to do my first oil change. You do that drive and you keep on doing this repetition thing over and over again until you figure it out. And that's what you're supposed to be doing in your 20s, is just trying to try new things, have that drive, set that fire within inside of you, and keep that fire alive and keep moving forward. You know, which leads me to my last point is it's okay to take time off. In your 20s, it gets hot. And this is what a pastor taught me, is that it gets hot in the summer. Because this is the seasons that you're in a summer season. Things are going to get hot. There's going to be a bill that's going to be way too high. Friends are going to break up with you. Relationships are going to get very challenging. And you're going to doubt yourself a lot. So it's okay to lean back and tell yourself, you know what? I need a day off today. I need to take a deep breath so you can recreate those thoughts again of creativity. You want to bring in those creative thoughts again and again and again. Because I think personally, if you're constantly in something, you will lose creativity very, very quickly. Or you will build character in it and get better in it. But I just enjoy the mix of leaning back for a second, taking notes of an idea that I want to start doing, and then coming back in and introducing new ideas. Because if I wouldn't had set myself back a little bit for that day to come up with creative ideas, I would have done the same thing again and again and again. And that's the thing in your 20s, is you feel like you're in a repetition, you're in a loop. Which I would say it does feel like that most of the time, but that's because you're trying to establish some type of ground. You know, you're trying to attempt some type of foundation for yourself. And that's fine. You'll find that foundation eventually, like I did. You'll find that foundation where it's like, you wake up in the morning, you do what you love, you go to work, you do your errands, and then you keep on doing stuff that you love, and you go to sleep. You know, because most people today, at least from what I've witnessed, is I go to college here, I go to work here. Well, do you like your job? Why? Chase something better. Chase something with a purpose. Oh, so what do you do during the weekends? Oh, I hang out with the boys and I go drinking and smoking and then we hit the club. Why? There's no purpose to that. There's no purpose. No purpose to drinking and smoking during the weekend so that you can crash out on a Monday. There's no purpose. Go find something that you love to do and find purpose within that. If your purpose is for the weekend, that's insane. But at this point, yes, your 20s will get hot and you just have to accept them for what they are. It's the reality of life. But don't give up, dude. This is where I'm going to tell you motivation is, don't give up. There's times where I've been depressed myself and I hated myself a lot. I really, really did. I still kind of do. But that's because I always believe that I always have a drive for doing more versus doing the bare minimum. You know, I've always had that drive within me. And I always tell myself, like, that's never going to stop, you know? Because I want something more than just the bare minimum out of life. And the people around you are going to be searching for just the bare minimum because they think that when they graduate from college, they're going to be making this amount of money or they're going to be making this amount of friends. And that's not the reality, bro. That's not the reality. The reality is you kick it in now. You remain faithful and you encourage yourself. You listen to motivational books, motivational sermons, you know, motivational stand-up stuff. So I like watching Jim Ron. He's a really good one to watch. In Napoleon Hill, I love reading his books too. And this gives you that motivation to keep going. Set your own fire up in your 20s, because it will get lonely, it will get dark, but understand that there's people out here that love you. You know, reach out to other content creators that actually get back to you. And I emphasize this in all my videos, because when people struggle in life, the worst thing they can do is not be there for the people that they want. Or for the people that they love, you know? So drop a comment below. I'm rushing right now because I'm supposed to clock in, but hopefully this was motivational to you. I love you guys so, so, so much, and God loves you too. Drop a comment below if you need help. I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace out.